My girlfriend told her friends I was the ugliest guy she'd ever allowed to lay a hand on her. But my money almost made the disgust bearable. So I drained our shared account, canceled the luxury trip we had booked, and walked away, leaving only printed proof of every vile thing she'd said. Now her parents won't stop calling, pleading with me to take her back because she's got nowhere left to live. I'm 33M. I'd been with Chloe, 29F, for 3 full years. We shared my apartment, pooled some finances, and had a 2-week trip to Santorini locked in for next month. I covered almost everything because my income dwarfs hers. I run a profitable tech consulting firm. She's a mid-level coordinator at a clothing label. I've never been blind about my appearance. I'm 5 feet 8 inches, thinning on top since my mid-20s, and carrying an extra 25 pounds. Chloe is stunning, the kind of beautiful that stops conversations. When we met at a mutual friend's birthday dinner, I genuinely couldn't believe she picked me. For 3 years I thought we had something solid. 2 weeks ago that illusion was obliterated. I just upgraded my home office with professional-grade microphones for my side hobby of producing music. The new mics were insanely sensitive. I placed one on my desk and another in the living room to compare room sound. That evening Chloe was hosting her friends while I was meant to be at a client dinner downtown. The meeting wrapped early. Not wanting to interrupt girls' night, I texted that I'd grab drinks with coworkers instead. She replied with heart emojis and thanked me for the space. I got home near midnight. The place was empty. They'd gone bar hopping. I sat at my desk to answer a few emails and saw my recording software was still running. I'd forgotten to stop it that morning. I nearly trashed the file, but something stopped me. I slipped on headphones and pressed play. First hour was harmless, wine, laughter, reality TV chatter. Then my name came up. "So how are things with David?" one friend asked. Chloe let out a sharp, humorless laugh. "Sometimes I watch him sleep and can't believe I actually let that man touch me." My chest tightened. "He's honestly the most unattractive person I've ever been intimate with. The other night he tried to get close and I faked cramps just to get out of it." Her friend asked the obvious question, "Then why stay? Are you serious? Look at his lifestyle. The guy is sitting on close to $1 million in investments. We're flying first class to Greece next month, staying in 5-star resorts. Never having to check a price tag feels incredible. But is it worth pretending? It's almost worth it. I have a routine now, give him attention once a month, and the rest of the time I live like a princess. He's so desperate for affection it's almost too easy." They laughed and moved on to which nightclub they'd hit later, and whether the trainer Chloe had been flirting with at her gym might show up. I sat frozen for another hour after the recording ended. 3 years of thinking someone saw past my looks. Gone. The next morning I acted completely normal. Kissed her goodbye. Told her I loved her. Watched her fake a smile back. Then I started executing. Downloaded every loving text, email, and photo she'd ever sent me. Compiled a timeline of every future plan we discussed. Marriage, kids, buying a house. Moved my personal money to a brand new account at a different bank. Called the travel agency. Canceled the Greece trip, and had the refund wired to the new account. Spoke to my attorney. He said leave exactly 50% in the joint account to stay clean. I transferred out everything above that, down to the cent, packed every single one of her belongings. Clothes folded, shoes paired, makeup organized. Nothing damaged, just removed. Created a PDF. Page 1 was a full transcript of the recording. The rest were screenshots of her sweetest messages, side by side with bank statements showing how little she'd ever contributed compared to me. I printed the whole thing, left it on the kitchen island, and checked into a hotel. To by 6:30 p.m. my phone was exploding. Calls, texts, voicemails. I ignored everything except one message. "Please, I can explain." It wasn't what it sounded like. Come home. I replied with a single word. No, the next day her dad called. I've always liked him, blue-collar guy who raised 3 girls on a modest income. He sounded confused and hurt. I emailed him the entire PDF. An hour later, he rang back. All the fight was gone from his voice. I didn't bring her up to act like this. I'm sorry, son. I know, I said. This isn't on you. That was 2 weeks ago. Since then, the narrative has flipped. Chloe got kicked out of the friend's couch she crashed on. Her parents' house is already overcrowded with her sister's kids. She can't afford rent anywhere decent on her salary alone. Now both parents call daily saying she's learned her lesson. She's truly remorseful. She has literally nowhere to go and just needs one more chance. Her mom rang yesterday. Yes, what she said was cruel, but they were only words. You don't throw away 3 years over words. Just words. The calculated monthly duty schedule. The detailed plan to trade minimal intimacy for maximum luxury. Just words. 3 days ago, I finally picked up when Chloe called. She was hysterical, asking where she was supposed to live, what she was supposed to do, and I said, maybe ask the gym guy you've been flirting with, and ended the call. Locks changed. Socials blocked. I'm even thinking of selling the condo and moving cities. The silence feels clean. No more beautiful lies filling the rooms. They weren't just words. They were the clearest confession of who she truly is. I'm done being her walking wallet. Every time I waver, I replay that file and remember exactly what I was worth to her, and what I will never allow myself to be again. Update. Holy crap. Didn't expect this to blow up. The support here has been unreal. Thank you for confirming I'm not insane for walking away. It's been a month now. Chloe went full meltdown. Flowers delivered daily, sent back, handwritten letters, trashed, Spotify playlists of our songs, ignored. She ambushed me outside my office building. Security walked her out. Her parents kept calling until I blocked them too. Her dad left one last voicemail I actually listened to. I know what she did was disgusting, but she's still my little girl. I have to try. I get it. He's being a dad. I'm being a man who finally respects himself. She came with a moving truck one Saturday for the rest of her stuff. Everything was boxed and waiting in the garage. My brother oversaw the pickup so I didn't have to see her. She tried to hand him another letter. He refused. The wildest moment was last weekend. I was grabbing coffee with my sister when 3 of Chloe's friends, the exact ones from the recording, marched over and sat down uninvited. Lead friend Sarah launched into a scripted half-apology. What Chloe said was drunk girl talk. She doesn't actually feel that way. She loves you. My sister, who has zero chill, cut in. If that's how you talk about someone you love, remind me never to get on your bad side. Sarah kept pushing. She's suffering now. She had to move 2 hours away to her cousin's place. 4-hour daily commute. She's miserable. I finally spoke. She's miserable because her 3-year con got exposed. That's not drunk talk. That's a business model. They left after Sarah's final line. People don't realize what they have until it's gone. Doesn't that deserve a second chance? I've thought about it. Regret is not the same as love. Realizing you lost a cushy lifestyle is not the same as loving the person who provided it. Practical updates. Condo is listed, market is hot, multiple offers already. Business is growing. I'm taking clients I used to decline because Chloe hated my travel. Started therapy, not because I'm broken, but to figure out why I ignored red flags for so long. Reconnected with friends who quietly warned me about her subtle put-downs over the years. Adopted a rescue mutt named Max. Best decision ever. Last week, Chloe emailed a long message reminiscing about the night we met. claiming the money corrupted real feelings she once had. Maybe there's a grain of truth. Doesn't matter. The email ended with, "I miss your generosity most of all. The world feels colder without it." I didn't reply. My generosity is now reserved for people who never made me feel repulsive. The recording is still saved. I haven't deleted it yet. It's my insurance against future nostalgia that might try to rewrite history. When people ask if I regret how it ended, I remember my grandpa's line, "The truth hurts once. A lie hurts every time you remember it." 3 years of lies replaced by one brutal truth. It hurt like hell, but only once. Final update, 6 months later. Wasn't planning another post, but the inbox asking for closure convinced me. Life is unrecognizable in the best way. Condo sold after 3 months for well above asking. I moved to a quieter city Chloe always vetoed as too boring. Turns out I love the mountains and the slower pace. Business is booming, hired 2 full-time staff. Max is no longer a puppy and now steals only 1 sock at a time. Used part of the sale proceeds to pay off my parents' house in full. Watching my dad cry when I handed him the paid-off title is a core memory I'll take to the grave. Now Chloe news, heard through the grapevine she was laid off in company cuts about a month after the breakup. Kept it quiet while frantically job hunting. With no savings and expensive habits, things unraveled fast. 2 months ago, she showed up at my parents' door looking for me. My mom let her in out of politeness, then called me. By the time I rang back, Chloe had spent an hour sobbing to them. My normally reserved father took the phone and said, "Son, I don't care how beautiful she is. Do not take her back." From him, that was basically a scream. Her cousin finally asked her to leave after months of the long commute. She's back living with her parents in a packed house. Last month, I was in the old city closing some final paperwork and ran into her at a cafe. No makeup, worn clothes, exhausted eyes. She asked for 5 minutes. Against my better judgment, I sat down. "I hit bottom," she said, staring at the table. "Lost my job weeks after we ended. Sold half my wardrobe just to buy groceries for my parents. I did love you at the start. Then my friends kept saying I could do better, and I started believing my looks entitled me to a certain life. I convinced myself you were lucky to have me, so using you financially balanced it out. My therapist calls it narcissistic coping from growing up poor and pretty." She finally looked up. "I don't expect you to forgive me. I just needed you to know I finally see what I destroyed. Not the money, your kindness. The way you made me feel like I was more than how I looked. I felt nothing sharp anymore, just a faint echo of old pain." "I hope therapy helps you," I said, standing. "I really do. Are you happy?" She asked that I thought about sunrise hikes with Max, the team I'm building, the veterinarian I've started dating who lights up when I talk about my work and laughs because she wants to, not because someone's watching. "Yeah," I said. "I am." She nodded, tears falling. "You always deserved better than what I gave you." For the first time in 9 months, we agreed on something. Walking away, I felt no gloating, no bitterness. Just deep relief that the claws she dug into my self-worth were finally, completely gone. I don't hate Chloe anymore. I barely think about her. She's simply the person who taught me an expensive but priceless lesson. It's better to be alone than with someone who makes you feel alone. The recording still exists, but I haven't played it in months. One day I'll delete it when her voice no longer has any power. To everyone who followed this and sent kind messages, thank you. You helped more than you know. To anyone in a similar spot, you are worth far more than someone's disgust disguised as affection. Never settle for that. Sometimes the sweetest revenge isn't draining accounts or canceling trips. It's building a life so good that what you walked away from looks like the luckiest escape of your life. That's what I did. And looking around at my new city, my growing business, my dog asleep on my feet as I type this, I wouldn't trade it for anything.
The story ends here, but our journey doesn't have to. If you want to join me for the next tale, please subscribe and ring that bell. Your support means everything. Thanks for watching.